Welcome to claude-code news. Version 2.1.77 just dropped, and it's a big one. We're talking higher token limits, faster startup, smarter session management, and a mountain of bug fixes that have been quietly frustrating developers for a while. Let's get into it. First up, if you're using claude-opus 4.6 or Sonnet 4.6, your output ceiling just got a serious upgrade. The default maximum output for Opus 4.6 is now 64,000 tokens, and the hard upper bound for both Opus and Sonnet 4.6 models has been raised to 128,000 tokens. That's a game changer for long-form generation tasks. Think detailed code reviews, large refactors, or generating entire modules in a single pass. Here's a small but handy quality of life addition. The /copy command now accepts an optional index. Type /copy1 to grab the most recent assistant response, /copy2 for the one before that, and so on. No more scrolling back through a long session to manually copy something Claude said 3 turns ago. 2 notable additions for power users. First, sandboxing gets more granular control. There's a new Allow Read File System setting that lets you re-enable read access within a region you've already blocked with Deny Read. So you can lock down a directory broadly, then punch a specific hole for the files Claude actually needs. Second, the Claude plugin validate command is now much smarter. It checks skill, agent, and command front matter, validates hooks configuration, and catches YAML parse errors and schema violations before you deploy. Performance is always a good thing. On macOS, startup is now roughly 60 milliseconds faster because keychain credential reads now happen in parallel with module loading rather than blocking it. And if you work with large sessions or fork-heavy projects, Resume just got significantly leaner, up to 45% faster loading and around 100 to 150 megabytes less peak memory usage. For anyone running Claude in long-lived workflows or CI pipelines, this adds up fast. This one has probably bitten you before. When you hit Always Allow on a compound bash command, something like cdsrc and an npm test, claude-code was saving a rule for the entire string as one unit. That meant the rule almost never matched again, and you'd get reprompted every single time. Now it correctly saves per subcommand rules, so your approvals actually stick. A few fixes here that you'll want to know about. First, a security issue. Pre-tool use hooks returning allow were incorrectly bypassing deny permission rules, including enterprise-managed settings. That's now patched. Second, if you use --resume, there was a race condition between memory extraction rights and the main transcript that could silently truncate your most recent conversation history. That data loss bug is fixed, and the auto-updater was accumulating tens of gigabytes of memory when the /command overlay opened and closed repeatedly. That runaway download loop is gone too. There's a long tail of terminal and editor fixes in this release that are worth calling out. Clipboard copy now works correctly in tmux sessions, and the toast notification tells you whether to paste with Command V or the tmux prefix. Vim normal mode now properly handles backspace and delete keys. Hyperlinks no longer open twice on command-click in VS Code, Cursor, and other Xterm-based terminals. CJK characters no longer bleed into adjacent UI elements. Background colors now render correctly inside tmux. And the /branch command, previously /fork, is now the canonical name, though /fork still works as an alias. A few workflow upgrades to round things out. Sessions are now automatically named from your plan content when you accept a plan. No more untitled sessions cluttering your history. Background bash tasks are now killed if their output exceeds 5 gigabytes, protecting you from runaway processes filling your disk. The agent tool's resume parameter has been removed. You now use sendMessage with an agent ID to continue a stopped agent, and sendMessage will auto-resume it in the background instead of erroring out. And in VS Code, plan preview tabs now show the plan's actual heading instead of the generic Claude's plan. That wraps up version 2.1.77. A massive release with higher token limits, real performance gains, and a heap of stability fixes that make everyday use smoother. If this was useful, hit subscribe to catch every Claude Code update as it drops. See you next time.